Hey guys, one second. Just trying to fix something real quickly. Okay, I think I got it. All right. Hey guys, how's it going? All right, so we are back. When I say we, I mean Spirit and I, and all the doggies and kitty cats over here. So we're going to be doing a reading for both Aries and Taurus for October 2024. Both are going to be general readings, and we're going to use the bones and charms. Okay, so it may resonate for October. It could resonate a little bit before, a little bit after. It kind of just really depends. And so just lighting a little bit of incense here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Just clearing some of the energy from the previous reading and all that good stuff. So yeah, everyone is welcome, regardless of where you may have Aries and Taurus in your individual birth chart. And we got our little incense going. It's like matchstick incense. So there you go. All right. So yes, if you are sensitive to sound, you can feel free to turn it down a little bit while I'm doing the sound bath, or not sound bath, but while I'm doing the sound bell, and a little bit when I'm also shuffling the bones and charms. If it does get a little bit loud, you can temporarily turn it down. But yeah, so this is just a moment where we can take a couple of deep breaths if you feel guided, and all of that good stuff. And so yes, this is going to be for fire sign Aries for October 2024.
Chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu.
All right. Not as peaceful as I was looking for. I went to turn the volume down on my phone from the ambient music, and instead it went all the way up. But that's okay. Hopefully you got a little bit of that before the music came in and commercial. But yeah, let's go ahead and shuffle the bones and charms here for Aries for October. And for everyone that is here, welcome, whether you've been here before or it's your first time. But I will be taking the camera down in a little bit after I've cast or thrown the bones and charms, and then you'll be able to see everything more close up in detail and stuff, since a lot of the pieces are smaller. All right, so thank you for your patience. Spirits guide my hands. Spirits guide my hands, please. Messages for Aries, fire sign Aries for October 2024, the Ram. Messages for Aries, messages for Aries, messages for Aries for the Ram for October. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? That is good. Messages for Aries, messages for Aries, the Ram for October. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Aries, the Ram for October. Messages for Aries, the Ram for October. Fire sign Aries, the Ram for October. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries for October. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries for October. Messages for Aries. Alrighty. Let's put that over there. And then I'm just going to flip over some of the bones and charms that I can that won't disturb the others. So I'll kind of just go through here real quickly before I take the camera down and see kind of which ones I can flip over. I will be taking a picture. I take a picture of each of the zodiac readings that I do, and then I will post it after this live is done, along with the timestamps and everything for some people who may just want Aries or who may just want Taurus. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe one or two more. So flip over. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. And then let me find out real quickly where Spirit wants me to start this reading, since every reading is different. Just turning up the ambient music a little bit for me and the animals, so they kind of stay as quiet as they can. All right, so thank you guys for your patience. Spirits, guide my hands. Where would you like me to start this Aries reading? Spirits, guide my hands. Where would you like me to start this Aries reading? Okay, so like right here, and this is in the spiritual unconscious where the dog ankle bone is. So I'm just gonna leave my little pen there, and now we'll go ahead and take the camera down so you guys can see everything. All right, let's see here, Aries. For October, what we have coming up for you. So it looks like here, Aries, if we pull back and kind of look at everything here for a moment, you have a lot going on this month in both work and money and spiritual unconscious, okay? You have barely anything going on in body and mental, okay, which is not a bad thing. It means Spirit wants you to focus more on these areas. And then you have a little bit in relationships and love, but again, heavy on the work side, I guess, the work and money or finances. Even if you don't currently work anymore, it could be something about your finances or how you're being valued. So we'll kind of go into that when we get up there. But yeah, they wanted to start like right here. Wait, did I take a picture? I think I did. I can't even remember, you guys. My memory is not the best. No, I did not. Okay, let me take a quick picture then with one hand with this one hand with that one. Alright, that looks good. Okay, so we got our Aries picture. Let's get started. Okay, so like I was saying, Aries, they want to start in the spiritual unconscious section. So that's about your intuition. That's about how you feel deep down inside about certain things, how you feel when you're alone or when you're sleeping, right? If you don't necessarily like the word spiritual unconscious, hopefully you know what I mean when I say that. But yeah, again, more emphasis on work and money and finances and being valued, but there is a lot of crossover between these two. as well. So I also wanted to say that like anything that falls outside of the black mat, okay, can be energy from the past. So we'll get into that too. But the first kind of area they wanted to start was right here where we have this dog ankle bone, okay, and it's laying on the cross on the mat. Okay, so each section has their own little drawing, right? And so this one has the cross there. So I also can see we have over here one of the human teeth bones, Aries, and if we go all the way out here in the past too, we have one of your skulls here, okay, and spiritual and unconscious, and the other one is way over here upside down in work and money. So where you see a skull in a reading can tell you where someone's mind is at or where it was at, since this was in the past, or where it will be, etc. Right? And as you come to this reading could be about you, could be about someone you're dealing with, or multiple people, general environment situation. So always take it how it may resonate for you. But I feel that because we have the snake vertebrae right under the chin here of this first skull, Aries, that in the past maybe someone was thinking a lot about spiritual support, okay, and maybe how to tap more into that in the past and how to create more spiritual unconscious abundance here with your buckeye that is leaning against one of the first raccoon penis bones. Now, as we go up this way, each of these sections has those little dotted lines that separate them. So this dotted line is kind of carrying over like that, let's say. So half of the turkey wishbone is also in your spiritual unconscious in the past as well. And then you have the leaf there, you've got the 4-leaf clover, and then you have the yin yang next to this big seashell here. So it could be that, again, in the past, someone was thinking a lot about spiritual support and how to manifest that abundance, maybe doing some clearing to bring in more luck and balance in the spiritual unconscious. And so that's really cool. I do see here with a lot of this feminine energy as well, Aries, that either you or someone else, or the energy in general, maybe was with that kind of softer feminine energy, was thinking a lot about certain spiritual or unconscious memories here with the elephant. Okay, since elephants never forget. And with that also being by the listening bells, it could be that you may hear something this month, or someone else, or the energy in general, multiple people, etc., that like stirs some of these spiritual unconscious memories, okay, that again are kind of seeking some type of balance and to clear something here. You know, maybe again in the past thinking more about the spiritual support and how to manifest that abundance, but also maybe there's still a little bit of some small challenges here that they kind of, it's the only thing that's besides in the center here, we'll get into that later, but it's really the only bone or charm that's in your body and mental, and it's right on the line. So if there was some type of something that you or someone else noticed within their body or within their mental health that was maybe like a challenge, it actually stems more from it being a spiritual challenge or unconscious challenge. So you know how they say mind, body, spirit connection, right? It could be that if there's something going on spiritually, that of course that's going to affect the body and the mind as well. But it's like whatever that is, or was, because it's more in the current present energies, it's more of like a smaller kind of aspect, because you do have the safety pin out here as well. So just know that you are spiritually safe and protected, or someone else's, etc. Because there is like a lot of ancestor energy here as well with the coffin. So this is a symbol for passed on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, angels, spirit guides, what have you, that maybe are trying to help you manifest this spiritual unconscious balance that maybe you were striving for in the past as well, and bringing more abundance and good luck. I do also see here, Aries, if we flip this seashell over and kind of put it back where it was, this is my listening seashell. Again, seashell, feminine energy. So double feminine energy in the spiritual unconscious, that softer, more receiving energy perhaps is coming in here and wants you to listen again. Like listening spiritually, unconsciously is a big thing this month for you, Aries. Okay, so your spiritual team wants you to listen, okay, for the good luck and know that it is coming in. So you have part of that green lucky rabbit's foot that crosses that line and comes in here again. Now, also, not only is it your spiritual team that wants you to focus on this, but the symbol for Cupid here, this is romantic love, platonic love with friends and family, and self-love, all the loves, right? They definitely want you to focus on this good luck as well, because you did start something here in the past, Aries, or someone else did. Okay, multiple people, general environment situation, with this masculine proactive energy in the past and then coming still into the future, current present energies. You have double masculine. It's like double feminine, double masculine, because this raccoon penis bone is laying on top of the other one that goes then into your other section. So it's like we all have masculine and feminine, right? But the masculine energy as a stereotype can be more aggressive, more proactive, more loud, however you want to say it, right? But normally when we're talking about spiritual unconscious section, this would be masculine energy would be as a stereotype more considered in the 3D physical world, and then the 5D spiritual world could be as a stereotype considered more spiritual, right? But it's both, right? Again, it's that balance, is that yin and yang. And let's turn that down. Okay. So then I kind of want to look in the center here before we go into your section that has the majority of your bones and charms. But this center circle, whatever is in here affects all the different sections throughout your month here. Okay. So it looks like you have one of the coyote penis bones here. You've got one of the animal claws. And then you have on its side, really interesting, kind of hard to see, but I'm trying to get it for you. This is the cloud, okay? And going through the cloud is the ship anchor, all right? So I'm just going to pull it apart so you can kind of see it here. But basically the cloud represents confusion, okay? And then the ship anchor represents like having freedom and safety, okay? So if there is this like overall sense of confusion throughout the month in a lot of different areas, like confusion with how things are going to manifest exactly, let me just put this down for a second so I can put that back kind of roughly the way it was, Aries. But if there is this sense of confusion about how things are going to manifest exactly, I would say just don't worry too much about that, because something's going to cut through that confusion. I mean, that's so beautiful. If you think about the ship anchor as safety and freedom, it's going to come in there and cut through any confusion. All right. So don't, just stay in that state of confusion, whatever that may be for you or for someone else, etc. Okay. Because the ship anchor is coming in to help you. All right. To give you also some kind of sense of grounding. So just keep that in mind. All right. Now, as we pull out, I want to just kind of show you again, once the camera focuses here, all of the things that are kind of going on here in terms of work and money, finances are being valued, your most active section here. So we're going to start with the past stuff and then kind of work inwards, okay? So we have your other skull is right here. It's upside down. I'll flip it over in a second. But what's really cool that's sitting on top of it here, Aries, is the yes coin. And then we have the crown over here kind of half underneath it, okay, hiding a little bit. So if someone in the past and still currently is thinking a lot about work and money and the finances and how to be more valued in some way, there could have been, just so you can see the skull better there, there could have been a big yes in the past in terms of either taking on more responsibility here with the crown, or it could have been also something about your confidence or someone else's confidence, or it could even be your own leadership qualities, and again taking on more work responsibility or more responsibility within the finances or being valued here. But whatever this is that started in the past, it still is going to come in here and affect the current present energies. Okay, there also could have been, if we look this way, Aries, some type of financial or work leap of faith, that started here in the past, and that could have been because there was some type of letter, message, document that came in here with the envelope charm. And it's really cool because the nutmeg is kind of sitting underneath half of the envelope charm and half underneath the sun charm. So there could have been some type of message that either you gave to someone or someone gave to you, or it came in general from your spirit guides, guardian angels, the other side, that was talking about abundance, okay, in work and money and finances, or being valued. And maybe this message also had a lot of happiness with it, but on the other side of it, it is also still touching the irresponsibility coin here. So this doesn't have to be you, Aries. It could be someone else or the energy in general, right? But on one hand, it's like whatever this message is, this leap of faith that happened in the past. And we have a lot of feminine energy back here as well. There was like happiness on one side and all this financial abundance or more work or something about being valued. But then on the other side, there was a little bit of this irresponsibility aspect as well. Now, because I'm just moving over so we can see what was under it, we got the freedom handcuffs here. So it could be that somebody in the past was irresponsible with having too much freedom at work or with the work, or too much freedom with the finances or with the money or with something being valued here, because they were like, oh my God, this makes me so happy, or makes you so happy, or the energy and that abundance. But maybe it was taken too far a little bit in the past, and still maybe going on a little bit in the current energies. But I feel like it's going to shift out of that. Okay, that could also be something to do with the collective unconscious, or it could be lots of different things, right? Since it is a general reading meant for multiple people here, Aries. But I would say that whatever was going on there with that irresponsibility, it has something to do with that masculine energy for those two raccoon penis bones, one coming here from the irresponsibility and work and money, and then crossing over and going into the spiritual unconscious, right? So maybe there was too much aggression or heavy-handedness, or too much controlling energy, or too forceful or something here in the past. But then maybe when it joins forces with that more spiritual aspect, then maybe things kind of soften down a little bit. But I do see here as well that there's all this beautiful healing on the other side of that, okay, Aries, with the lizard here, and then you have the bicycle, the fish, you have the leaf, the four-leaf clover, and the yin and yang. And some of those things we talked about already because they were on the line there between the two sections. And then also with this turkey wishbone here in the past, whatever that you were wishing for, or someone was wishing for with the work or the money or the finances or being valued, again, the more clearing that you did or they did brings in more luck, more balance, brings in more movement and healing with those things, okay? So just say, like, keep doing that clearing that you need to do. Because also, if you look over this way, Aries, you have your alligator claw here, and it also goes a little bit into the past. So alligator claw is a symbol for good luck, especially with work and money. Some people carry it in mojo bags to help them with those things, or even if they're gambling or whatever, what have you. But it's also like a symbol for manifesting, okay? So that alligator claw is sitting on top of one of the human teeth bones I can see here. And so it's like, you know, even in the past, there was some type of manifestation or good luck that might have felt smaller, but it's going to lead to, you know, something bigger here. Okay. I also see, if we go this way a little bit here, Aries, that if there was some kind of like unconscious or even unconscious inner child work that maybe you or someone else wasn't even necessarily aware of, or maybe you were, or maybe they were, well, everybody was, right? But it's like it was started something small here, because of some type of actual relationship transformation. So it could be because we're in work and money, in the finances and being valued, even though it's in relationships and love. It could be a work relationship, or it could have affected a work relationship. But whatever that transformation was in the past with the butterfly, with the inner child work, and that unconscious kind of processing of things, right? Because that's where we started your reading, was in the spiritual unconscious again. This could then have led to like a lot of emotions, um, you know, either about your own leadership qualities here, Aries, with the apple, or someone else's who is a teacher, a mentor, a guide in terms of your work and your finances or being valued. Okay. Um, I feel like it's probably you, Aries, just because you're the first sign of the zodiac, right? Or even if you're not a sun sign Aries and you're watching this, if you got a lot of Aries in your chart, they're the entrepreneurs, they're the leaders, right? Sometimes more so than other signs, they can feel that way, or feel more comfortable in that role anyway. So I feel like that this is more you, but it doesn't have to be, okay? But I do think too here, Aries, that whatever this manifestation was that started in the past, and that good luck energy with the alligator claw, underneath it is that rope, right? So it's like it might have started small in the past, and now it's going to get bigger and bigger over time. Okay, so I want you to trust that, okay, even if it still feels maybe a little bit small, when you see this, okay? But this also shows us here, if we go this way so you can see it a little better, but not only is the alligator claw on top of the human tooth bone, we also have the hummingbird is touching the human tooth bone, which is then touching the lightning bolt, and that's touching the strawberry, which is then touching the star, and they're also touching the fork, right? So when we talk about the hummingbird, it's what you're naturally good at, or someone else is naturally good at, and not necessarily caring that the hummingbird flies backwards and doesn't fly straight like the other birds, because it still gets the sweetest nectar. So in terms of your work and money and being valued in your finances, you could be, or someone else could be like asking themselves, or will be asking themselves, well, what am I feeding myself in terms of how I'm being valued with the work, or at work, or with the finances, with the money? And if I want to change that, or if there's something that needs to change, look at all these new ideas coming in. And so the new ideas could be really like found in the details, going over the details with something here, Aries, and really following your North Star, in terms of your work or money, finances, or being valued. I also see a lot of good luck here as well with the bat here, and feeling the vibrations. Okay, so working through, understanding the different vibrations with the people you work with, or the people that work with you, with your money, your finances, or how you're being valued there. Okay, if there's a little bit of some questions, still hanging out with the question mark here, and the ship charm, and then one of the coyote penis bones here, it could be just like, is there going to be, more travel or more movement with the work of the finances? I would say that there can be, as long as it's something that you want or someone else wants, and you're like proactive about it. Because sometimes we don't like to question things or have other people question things too, but it does help redefine our goals here, okay, with that question mark being really close to the symbol for Sagittarius, okay. So Aries, this could be something going on at work or with the money or the finances or being valued that has something to do with someone who's got a lot of Sagittarius in their chart, or even during Sagittarius season. Or it's not necessarily that, but it can be talking about what are your work and financial goals, okay? Because your spiritual team here with that skeleton hand right next to it, there's like a heavy masculine energy here with the masculine symbol, okay? That perhaps wants to bring you more balance here, okay? Because it's on top of the Libra scales, okay? So this could also have something to either do with a Libra or during Libra season while I'm filming this, so half of October, right? Or if it doesn't have anything to do with the zodiac stuff, it could just be like your spiritual team. There could be a masculine energy on your spiritual team, ancestors, past on loved ones, friends, angels, etc., that wants to help you bring you more balance, more equal give and take with the work and the finances and the money, okay? Or maybe it's just an overall life balance, so being more balanced with how much energy you or someone else puts into work or at home with the health, etc., okay? But this could also have something to definitely do with family here, and definitely home too, because if we look this way, right, right next to the balance scales, then we have the seahorse, we've got the symbol for Saturn, and then we have the chair. Okay, so the seahorse can be my symbol for family. It can be being a parent or about the parents. It can be your blood family or your tribe, whoever you consider your people, your main people, right? Because that also has something to do with the home, with the chair. So Saturn comes in and wants us to get organized and serious and find out the responsibilities within the home or with the home or with the family, and how to again balance all of that, okay? But there's still so much good luck here. If we go back this way, I just flipped it over. Here, Aries, we have your horseshoe and your ladybug. You have your whole giant green lucky rabbit's foot here too, don't forget. And then on this side, I use the pen because my finger's too big. This is the witch charm, so that can represent a friendly type of energy. It could be a group of friends or one friend in particular, or just this friendly energy that wants to help clear this energy. And yes, look at the pieces of the puzzle with the family within the home and the work, life balance, but there's also answers there. So on top of the puzzle piece, we have the key charm here, and if we go this way, we have that clearing symbol, the feather. So keep clearing these things and keep looking at like, okay, so what's my individual power and my community power with the bumblebee here, like within the home, within the family, within the work, right? Delegate tasks. You don't have to do everything here, Aries, even though maybe you like to do that. Sometimes you really do have to ask for help or give people something to do, so it's like not like all on your plate, okay? Now I'm going to pick this up and kind of just move it over so we can see what else is going on here. Okay, so I can see like on top of the leaf, we also have the mermaid that's sitting on top of the scissors, okay? So two clearing charms, okay? Clearing, cutting away, okay, cleansing, however you want to say it. There could be something in the work environment or the financial environment here with the spider and the spider web. Or if you're not working anymore, it could just be in the finances or being valued environment. There's something that needs to be cut away here and cleared away. Because actually, not only do you have two cutting away elements, you have three. Okay, so you have the feather, the broom, and the scissors all in this section, all kind of close together. So there could be something here that needs to be cut away, but don't go so fast, right? Go slow with it here with the turtle. Really determine what needs to be cut away and what doesn't, and keep clearing that energy. Because the more that you clear, there's going to be more sense of freedom at work, or with the work, or with the finances, or being valued here with Pegasus, the winged horse. Now, this could also be done either with a Leo or during Leo season of this year, of last year, of next year. It could have started before and now it's coming back like that. Or it could just be nothing to do with the zodiac, and it's just about, well, if I clear certain things away, then how can I have more passion and creativity, more fired up energy with the work, with the finances, and with like being valued here. Okay. So I like that. So I clear away the stuff that's no longer useful, that is stagnant, so we can bring in more passion. So I do also see here, Aries, that when we plant those seeds for more abundance, more money, whatever it is we want to do for work or with the work, and being valued, that can really create something beautiful here. So the corn along with the money bags, it's like, yes, if you plant the seeds now, you will get that product. You will be able to sell that corn at the market and get some money, or whatever it is, right? Like the metaphor, but you will be able to see something like substantial come from it. Okay. Excuse me. Now, if we go this way here, Aries, with the book charm right on top of the lock there, and then very close to my symbol for Capricorn, this is really interesting, right? So there could be some type of information or knowledge, right? That something is not great about it, I would say. Okay, now this could have something to do with the Capricorn, or during Capricorn season coming up, right? Since we're in Libra season now. Or it could have something to do with the amount of effort that we do with work, or the finances, or with the money, or being valued. There's something not quite right here, because knowledge is normally power. So why is the book charm on top of the lock? Why is this knowledge not power? Why is it now showing up more as like a stagnant energy? Okay. So it could be that this knowledge, whatever it is, whether it comes to you or from you, it could be that it needs like more practical effort to not give up on something here, and to be like the Capricorn, the goat that never gets tired going up the mountain and traveling the difficult paths, right? But it's a slower moving energy, Capricorn energy, and then going back to the turtle, it's slow moving. So I say this with love, Aries, because I have a lot of fire in my chart, more Sag, but as fire signs typically, as a stereotype, have a harder time slowing down, or working with being patient is harder for us, right? So it could even be something like that, Aries, where this information is like needs to be digested slower, or moved slower, and cutting certain things away, because yeah. Okay. Also with this not turkey, sorry. Also with this raccoon penis bone going this way, that's that masculine energy coming in, and it looks like it almost wants to scoop up the Capricorn symbol in the book and the lock, and that curved part of the bone. So it's almost like, yes, you want to be proactive and take that masculine energy with that, but there's something about it where like either you need to be cautious, or someone else does, or everybody does. It's not necessarily that the information is bad or wrong, but there's a stagnancy to it. Okay, maybe it's just not the right time for something there too, is another way to look at it. Maybe the timing is better during Capricorn season. So that would be right basically the second half of December into January. Okay, so again, it is a general reading, so kind of take it how it may resonate, and always with a grain of salt. But that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Okay, so now let's move back. Oops, over this way, Aries. And so now we're going to be in the relationships and love section. So that's all types of relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic or even self love with friends and family, right? And let me put this back where that was. It was roughly over there somehow like that. I don't remember exactly. It don't matter because we already did that section. But yeah, I can see, like I said a little bit before, that in the past here there was some type of relationship transformation that was starting, and it could have something to either do with children in the 3D physical world, whether they're your children or someone else's, or it's that childlike energy and more about the inner child, and something to do with the subconscious, because the baby looks like it's sleeping when it's like that, right? So this transformation did start in the past and is still kind of currently going on in your relationship section too. And it could have been very emotional, and it could have had something to do with either a teacher, a mentor, a guide, or even your own leadership qualities in your relationships, okay, with the apple there. But I don't see it as a something to be too concerned about. I actually like whatever this is here for you, okay? Now as we go this way here, Aries, we see the dragonfly on top of Pisces, the twin fish, okay? And of course, over here again, we see that human teeth bone. So someone is chewing over, digesting, marinating a lot about the different relationships in their life, okay? And maybe what their relationship dreams are with the dragonfly here. This could have something to do, Aries, with the Pisces symbol here. Someone who's got a lot of Pisces in their chart, or during Pisces season of this year, of last year, of next year. Or it has nothing to do with the zodiac frequencies, and it's more about needing to go with the flow within the relationships, okay? I do see also here, Aries, with the honeybee very close to the cup, and then the cup being very close to the angel coin here, is that there's something about your individual power and your community power, and maybe how sometimes that can make you emotional, or make the environment emotional, or other people emotional as well. But it's like your angels are coming in here, and your spirit guides and past on loved ones, friends, etc., and they're like, it's okay, right? So because I like that the angel coin is actually on the heart, and it always makes me think of the heart chakra. Okay, so maybe there, throughout the month and random times, you could be feeling like just a weight lifted from your heart in some way, in one relationship or multiple relationships, when again you or someone else thinks about, like, well, what's my role and what's their role, what's the community relationship, like, okay, what's the equal give and take, all that kind of stuff. So like I said, there's not a whole lot going on here, because there's still that transformation. It's like, I would say that, I don't know if you can put a number on it, but it feels like 60 or 70% transformation has already happened. But there's still some more to go. So I would just keep asking those important questions, right? The community and the individual power within your relationships, and just keep focusing too on letting in those lighter vibrations, like within your heart, okay? And then the last thing I'll say too, remember in the beginning, or at some point whenever I said it, whatever is here in the center affects all the different areas. So remember, you had that cloud, and the ship anchor going through the cloud there, Aries. So if there's a little bit confusion still, just keep going with it, because that sense of safety and freedom is going to come through and bust away, and make all that confusion like lift away like a light little cloud. And there's your angels, right? So yeah, that's kind of, what I'm getting here. Again, keep doing what you're doing in terms of your body and your mental health. And Spirit wanted you to focus more on those kind of other areas. All right, but of course they are all connected. So hopefully that made some sense to you, or will make some sense to you as these things come to pass. So always feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or you can even send me a private message on Facebook or YouTube, or later eventually Instagram, TikTok, wherever you see this. But yeah, so those are the messages for you, dear Aries. Thank you for your time and your energy. So we're going to go ahead now and switch over to Taurus. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera back up for a little while, and we're going to clear all this out and shift our energies. All right, so thank you guys for your patience and understanding and all those things. Okay. Let's put this back up here roughly where you can see some of what's going on. Oh, there we go. All right. So let's put everything back kind of in the bowl here first. And again, clear the energy and kind of make room for the Taurus energy that we're going to shift into next. Yes. So I hope everyone is doing all right wherever you are and whenever you see this message. Again, everybody is welcome. And yeah, I was trying to get all of the readings out as soon as I could for October. And it is, of course, all divine timing, as most things are. So we're going to try to do as many as we can today, and then also probably on Sunday or Monday, depending on my schedule with my other stuff. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and cover these bones and charms up, give them a little bit of a rest for a moment. Put some crystals on there. Yes, we're going to do our sound bell. Maybe do a little bit more incense here. Okay, so this is like that matchstick incense I was talking about. It's quick and easy, and it's not too overpowering. So when we're clearing the energy, you can do it with sound, you can do it with smoke, you can do it with intention is the most important, since some people can't do the sound or the smoke stuff. All right. So we will kind of leave that there a little bit. Put it like that. All right. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to do that quite yet, but that's what we're going to do anyway. So here we go. All right, guys. So if you feel guided, you can take a couple of deep breaths at this time. And it's also a great chance for me to figure out how I can speak again with more coffee, and also to kind of make sure that I am receiving the messages from my guides to your guides and to you as clearly as possible. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the Taurus energy. So this is going to be for Taurus for October 2024. that was a good one. Okay. Let's put that over there. And let's go ahead and I'm going to shuffle the bones and charms. So that does require me to shake the bowl, and it does get a little loud. So if it's annoying, just know it is temporary, and you can always turn the volume down until I am done. So thank you for your patience and understanding. All right. So spirits, guide my hands, please. Guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. The bowl for October. Messages for October 2024. For Taurus. Earth sign Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Earth sign Taurus. The bowl. What do you need to see? What do you need to know? Messages for Taurus. Just do a little bit more there. Spirit. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Earth sign Taurus. The bowl for their highest good. Messages for Taurus. So I'm going to rotate. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Taurus. Earth sign Taurus. The bowl for their highest good for October 2024. For Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. The bowl for October. Spirit, messages for October for Taurus. Messages for Taurus for October. What do you need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Taurus. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Guide my hands. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. The bowl. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. Messages for Earth sign Taurus. The bowl. Spirit, guide my hands. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus for October. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus for October. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus for October. Messages for Taurus. Okay. All right. Let's flip over some of them that we can real quickly. I don't know what happened to my ambient music. There we go. Yeah. And then I will bring the camera down in a few moments here so you guys can see everything more clearly up close. One of my hairs. All right. It's all this hair today. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna move some of it up and over. There's more hair. I think that looks pretty good. And then the other ones, as we go through, I'll flip them over. So I don't want to disturb too much, because it's super fragile. All right, let's take a picture here and then figure out where they want to start this reading, and then we'll get started. Actually, it's probably better if I go this way. Okay. Spirits, where would you like me to start this reading for Taurus? Spirits, where would you like me to start this reading for Taurus? Okay, so like right there, right here. All right, so even though I moved the thing around, the mat around earlier, if you saw me, it wants to start in work and money for Taurus as well. But completely different reading than the last one. But I think we started in spiritual unconscious for Aries, and now we're starting in work and money. But it's just interesting. Looks like the majority of the charms are actually in work and money and relationships and love here for you, Taurus. You got a little bit in spiritual unconscious and a little bit in body and mental, but I would say the majority is actually in work and money and relationships is actually the biggest one. Okay. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'm just going to remember that it's right there by the Buckeye. I'll take the camera down and show you guys up close all the good stuff, all the juicy details. All right, get a little closer here. Okay, get our cords out the way. So we are going to start right here is where they wanted to start. Okay. So if you've been here before, or even if you haven't, the stuff that's off of the black mat is still in those individual sections. It's just energy from the past. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But they wanted to start here anyway, so we'll come back to that. Okay. But yeah, we are in your work and money section here, Taurus. And you could be coming to this reading for something about you, or it could be about someone you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation. So take it how it may resonate. And if it doesn't resonate, never force it. Check your other placements like your sun, moon, and rising signs. And you can get all that stuff usually with pretty basic free birth charts online. All right, so anyway, what the energy and where spirits wanted me to start was right here. Okay, so we've got your Buckeye here. I forgot to flip that over, but that's why it's called Buckeye, because it looks like an eye, right? And then you have some of your lucky rabbit's foot here. So lots of good luck and abundance, and half of the yes coin is also in your work and money or your finances, or if you no longer work, it could also be about how you're being valued, okay? I can see that there's someone here maybe thinking a lot about how to have more balance with work and money here, with that human teeth bone on top of the yin and yang charm here. But also there's a lot of like manifesting and trying to bring the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay, I feel like you might get some answers from one relationship or multiple relationships, or it could even be a work relationship. Okay, because right on the line there is the key charm. Okay, so because it's coming from the more relationship oriented side, it could be that you're getting some answers from some type of relationship that then helps you put the pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak, in terms of your work or your money or your finances or being valued. Now, I also see here with Saturn that you could be, or someone else could be, getting more serious about your responsibilities, or getting organized with the work or at work or with the money or the finances as well. You could check where you have Saturn in your chart too. It's always really interesting. But we had a lot of placements throughout 2024 in general for people with Saturn. I believe, I'm trying to look at my notes over here for a second, that Pluto goes direct in October, Jupiter's in retrograde. I thought we had something with Saturn. Maybe it was the previous month. Probably, yeah, I guess it was the previous month. But it does says Vesta enters Libra on October 27th, which is aspirations, plans, and goals. Okay. So in terms of your aspirations, plans, and goals for your work and money and your finances here, Taurus, it could be like working with that Libra energy to get more balance and again, more organized pieces of the puzzle kind of coming together. If we go this way, right, you've got two raccoon penis bones in this section, so double masculine kind of energy. There could be something about how you get to work, like modes of transportation, a bicycle, a car, a scooter, etc. Or it could say that you're going to travel more for work or to work. Or it could even just be like, check the the vehicles or the modes of transportation, make sure like they work properly. It could be on someone's mind here heavily, like something about travel time even, or even just like how to have more movement in these areas and work and money as well with the human teeth bone here. I do also see like someone thinking a lot about a big work transformation. Okay, here with the butterfly on top of the feather charm. So, yeah, if things are changing at work or with the work or the money or the finances or the being valued, right? If you're no longer working, um, know that it's something that you have to listen for and maybe be in that not only soft and receiving energy here with the listening seashell that represents feminine energy, but combining that too with that masculine energy with the raccoon penis bone. So being proactive and aggressive in some sense, and then also being softer and listening, right? So both of those things, since we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. It also could be bringing those two elements together with something to do with your individual power and your community power at work or with the work or the money or the finances here with the honeybee on top of that raccoon penis bone, okay? Because I also see that someone here, or the energy, if it's not you or another person, is really striving for more freedom, like within their dreams of work and money, and following their North Star, because the star is so interesting. It's like right on the line, but it was in between the freedom cuffs, right? It was like I didn't even see it. Okay, it was kind of something like that. And so with the dragonfly there, and then also the symbol for Sagittarius being on the line, and then the leaf there, it's like keep clearing something about your work and money goals and your targets, okay? It could be saying something here as well, Taurus, that something in particular during Sagittarius season or with the Sagittarius, or it has nothing to do with Sagittarius, and it's just keep clearing and refocusing what your work and money goals are so you can continue to follow that North Star, because the North Star, it does want to bring you some type of freedom here, which is really beautiful, okay, in your work and money. Now, if we go that way too, we got a little bit of the baby here right on the line. If we go like that, kind of roughly. So there is this kind of youthful energy as well, maybe a little bit in the beginning of the month or even throughout the month in terms of the work and money and the finances. And this freedom type of energy maybe like started in the past and then is still coming. It's almost like the Pegasus wing horse is bringing in the baby, right? Because it's not touching it technically, right? But it's, if you look at it that way, it looks like they're touching, right? So it's like freedom here and then freedom here. So maybe there's more freedom when you embrace that childlike energy, or maybe there's more freedom when you work with actual kids, whether they're yours or someone else's, or just that kind of childlike energy in general, okay? Now, if we go more out to the past here as well, Taurus, we can see that maybe someone or you here in the past, the only thing that they really wished for, but it was very small, was like being able to be more like themselves at work or with work or money or the finances are being valued. But it's like, I kind of wish it was like that, right? So it was only just a little bit, right? So maybe there was like a small wish in the past to want to be able to have that freedom to be doing more of what you're naturally good at or what someone else is naturally good at. Or if you already do those things, it could be um, having like this wish in the past to not necessarily care what other people think when you are doing that. Okay. So that's interesting too. Okay. I also see back here, Taurus, that there could have been some type of leap of faith that maybe somebody didn't make yet, or it, because this is past energy, but it was like some leap of faith that maybe was like suggested to you, suggested to someone, or the energy that could have, you know, brought more happiness with the sun here and brought more balance and prosperity. I mean, that's so cool. It's like the fish is like leaning towards like more on one side. So that makes me think that maybe something in the past wasn't fully balanced yet. And so that leap of faith couldn't happen quite yet because um, there was more money on one side of something with the work or the money or the finances are being valued, or if somebody was having more responsibilities or whatever it was, because it's like one side is definitely heavier, you know, than the other. Um, did you guys just hear my cat? I don't know. um, one of the cats definitely just made a noise. Um, but oh, hey Natasha, I think she caught it. Yeah. She has cats too. But yeah, I can see here, Taurus, that if there's like still a little bit of some confusion after that from the past into the present, that's because there's a lot of emotions here. It's like the question mark is coming out of the cup, like pouring out, like the emotions are pouring out all of these questions about the work and the money or the finances are being valued. It could also be here, Taurus, that you or someone else was thinking a lot about in the past, like how to bring more flexibility um, in those areas. And it just feels like real separate in the past, right? It's like, well, why is the ship anchor all the way out here and then the spider's all the way out here and then your snake vertebrae and the coyote penis is all the way out here. So if things in the past felt more like not coming together, it it just maybe wasn't the right time back then, because it started to bring in this safety though with the safety pin. Okay, so it's maybe like if you or someone else or everybody or just the environment is more flexible with something at work or with the money or the finances, then there can be more freedom and safety, okay, in the environment, and then there ultimately can be more support too, okay, because if we go this way into the current present energies, what's on the black mat, right? We see Cupid and we see also the bat. So your loved ones, the people that love you and that you love, want to show up here in some way to help with your vibrations at work, okay, or with the work or with the money or the finances are being valued here. They also, your loved ones, want to give you more good luck as well, okay? Because bats also represent good luck and vibrations, because they use echolocation to communicate with sounds instead of, what they can't see, basically. When they're in the cave, they can't see, right? So they kind of talk to each other. So I do see a lot of good stuff happening here, just a lot of movement. So like breathe through it, and always come back and look at this again later and let me know if any of it's starting to make more sense later as you go through it. Okay, but don't forget, you have all that abundance and good luck here. You have some of the yes coin in there as well. You got the yin and yang. Okay, so just, you're going through that transformation with the butterfly, so just keep going through it. Okay, all right. So now I wanted to go this way, but I think I want to go this way a little bit, into your spiritual unconscious section, okay? Because you don't have too much going on here. It doesn't mean that things aren't happening, but Spirit wants to focus more on these other areas, okay? But since we were just there in work and money, you can see on that dotted line that you have a lot of good luck in this area as well, more abundance, more balance. And there's a nice masculine energy here that could be like showing up really heavily from your spiritual team, from someone that's passed away, or your ancestors, excuse me, or your spirit guides, etc. Um, just showing up there. And there's a lot of like healing energy as well with that lizard there, and then part of the alligator claw. So like three elements of good luck. So lucky rabbit's foot, the buckeye, and the alligator claw. Lots of good luck in your spiritual unconscious. And that's like your intuition and what you feel when you're alone or when you're sleeping, right? Like that's your spiritual side of you, okay? Um, the other thing to focus on too is really if we lift up this yes coin, that's your center, okay, circle. So whatever falls in the center affects all these areas, right? So you have a big yes blessing here, Taurus, for sure. And it could be something that you're listening for, or someone else is listening for, or something that you're going to hear, or someone else is going to hear. But it's like very healing, and it's very also like your spiritual team wants you to keep clearing something away here with the coffin that's right on the line. And again, that key charm over this way. So they want you to start clearing something so you can keep hearing those messages as clearly as possible. They also want you to focus on, let me get a little closer here, sorry guys, with the fork here as well, to focus on something like, what are you digesting in all these different aspects of your life? What are you spiritually digesting? What are you digesting with the work and the money and how you're being valued there? What are you digesting in your relationships and love? What are you digesting physically with your body, what you're eating? What are you mentally digesting? So kind of all of those things, but there's like this beautiful yes on it, okay? So that's really cool. Now, if we go this way now into your body and mental section here, Taurus, I see a lot of manifestations on maybe traveling here, okay? Because you have the alligator claw and then another animal claw on top of the alligator claw, and then underneath it you've got your ship charm, okay? And then you also have your lightning bolt, all right? So it's like the more that you travel within your body and also travel in your mind, right? There's going to be these new ideas. So traveling in the mind could be like you're brainstorming, or you're doing like possible scenarios in your head, right? Whatever that could be for you, right? But there's these new ideas, and possibly physical travel and or mental travel. But there's also something that you're not seeing here clearly, Taurus, that could have something to do with your health or someone else's health, okay, with the cat eye right here in the center. And it's kind of like over your head and your torso here. If we look at that, turn it this way for you, there's a little figure that's meditating on the mat, right? So each section has these different little drawings, okay? But the cat's eye was like this, right? So it's kind of covering the whole upper torso, right? And I think that there's some kind of emotions here going on that's clouding someone's ability to understand something here, Taurus, because you have the water charm like right on your head, okay? And that's emotions, right? So if there's too many emotions about something, then we can't maybe see something clearly in terms of our body or our mental health or someone else's. Now, this could also have something to do with a Pisces here, Taurus, or during Pisces season, or, you know, even just needing to go with the flow instead of fighting the emotions. It's weird because normally you would think the emotions would be like the heart chakra, right? So like why wouldn't the water be down there? But it's overthinking something about the emotions here, which is normal and happens from time to time to everybody, right? So if we're overthinking something about the emotions and we're not going with the flow here, or somebody isn't, or the energy isn't, then it's gonna like put that big cat's eye on it, and maybe even like temporarily block those new ideas from coming in, or for the travel, or for the traveling in the mind or in the physical body as well. Okay. Because I do see that there's like a little bit of some challenges here, Taurus, with the mountain charm over here. Let me turn this back this way. And also the mermaid right on the line there. So there could be something in the details, that the fine print, that you or someone else needs to go over here with the strawberry in terms of somebody's body and mental health. There's also good luck here too, so don't forget about that. It could feel like far away, maybe in the beginning of the month, um, or it could just because, again, those until those emotions are not overthought of, and until that is like broken down somehow, then you maybe won't feel the good luck right away. But I would still say that, like, whatever this is, it is small here, Taurus, because if we pull all the way back out again, the majority of your bones and charms are in these work and money and your relationships, okay? So this could be like hopefully something small and not something too serious. You know what I mean? It could just be an emotional imbalance or overthinking or something like that, okay? So don't worry too much. Never want people to leave that feeling that way. All right, so let's go over to your last section here, Taurus, in your relationships and love. It's all relationships, romantic, platonic, self love, all that good stuff. So let's start off with a little bit of the stuff that's further out, okay? So you've got your nutmeg here, you got your crown, you have your letter, message, document, charm, and then you also have your skeleton hand, okay? And a little bit of the baby out here this way. So, but that feels more in the current present energy, so maybe we won't include the baby for the past stuff. But here I can see, Taurus, that there's something like your spiritual team with the skeleton hand here, perhaps had some type of message here for you in the past, or they wanted to help you with some type of message in the past that either you gave to someone or someone gave to you. But it could have something to do with either your confidence or your leadership qualities, or taking a relationship to the next level here with the crown. And then with the nutmeg, it's like there was abundance in the past, but perhaps there was something, again, feels very separate, almost like how it felt back up here a little bit with your work and money in the past. If we look here, and I'll just flip it over so you can see it a little better, that's your other skull there. So where's your first skull? Oh wait, they're both here. Oh, I just noticed that. Okay. So yeah, someone's mind is heavily thinking about relationships this month, all types of relationships. With this skull being right next to Leo, the lion, right? It could have something to do with an actual Leo, or during Leo season, or even where you may have Leo in your chart or their chart, or it has nothing to do with the zodiac stuff at all, and it's just about where can you find that passion and that creativity, where can you feel like that fired up, fiery energy in your relationships, okay? Because there is something here going on with memories, okay? So maybe you're thinking about old memories of certain relationships where there was a lot of passion or creativity, or maybe you're even thinking about stuff from your childhood or your inner child wounds, and how that does show up in your current relationships or doesn't, or vice versa, etc. Um, but I would say that, like, there's a lot of protection here. There's also still that yes in this section as well. So don't forget about that. Your relationships are protected, right? Um, there could be this feminine energy here that's like really old because it's close to the mermaid. It could be past life feminine energy, but doesn't have to be. It could be an actual person that is showing up a lot of feminine energy, or it's you yourself, Taurus, um, that is maybe helping you like bring together more good luck in the home or with the home or where you feel at home in your relationships here with the chair. Okay, and then also the 4-leaf clover, and then that raccoon penis bone, okay, that was going across the chair and then up and over into work and money here too. So yeah, there's, let me count, hold on, there's one, two, I guess two masculine energies and so far one feminine energy. Okay. Um, there's something here. We'll come back to that thought because you're like, where was she going with that? I'll come back to that. There's something here about being proactive and going slow at the same time, though, Taurus, with the turtle here, and then also the rope charm and the leaf. It's like being proactive in the home or about the home or feeling where we feel at home in our relationships, going slow with that, um, because there's something that still needs to be cleared here with the leaf. Okay. It could also be about something either during Sagittarius season or with a Sagittarius, or where you have Sagittarius in your chart, with that being on the line there too, the bow and arrow, or it's just your relationship goals. So, where do you see yourself in your certain different types of relationships, and relationship with yourself and your self love and all those things? Um, but there's a lot of abundance here, Taurus. I like that the money bags is right next to the apple. So it could be like you're working with a teacher, a mentor, a guide, or these are also your own leadership qualities, that's bringing you more of what you want to manifest in your relationships. So, because it doesn't fall in work and money, it's not necessarily financial abundance, but it's still abundance in your relationships. Something of being valued or being more valued or valuing others or whatever it is. It's really nice to kind of see that there too. I also see, if we go this way, Taurus, that there's something going on here with family. It's almost like somebody's whispering in your ear. Look at that. It's like the seahorse is upside down and it's like, right? So this could be an actual blood family. It could be something with the parents or being a parent, or it could be your tribe. If it's not your blood family, it's whoever you consider that is like family to you. Maybe they're like heavy in your ear, and their influence is just really there a lot, even if you don't necessarily want it. But it could also be like balance between the two, right? Because if you go look back at your other head, it's like, where's the passion and the creativity in my relationships? And then this one's like, oh, don't forget about your family, like, right? So I don't know. It could be both of those things. But your angels here, they're saying again, you are protected with the Norse symbol for protection. And I want to lift that up and kind of move it over and see what else is under there. Okay, so we got a lot, but we're gonna break it down. So you got the book charm here. You have another honeybee. You have your lock. You have your broom. You have your witch, and you have the scissors, right? So there could be this friendly like energy that is helping you, or a group of friends or one friend is helping you clear something so you can get more answers in terms of your relationships. But also, I feel like the more clearing and cutting away of things that are no longer useful in your relationship dynamics, that this knowledge that will come in is also clearing away some of that stagnant energy too. So it's like with the bumblebee there, what is your individual power and your community power in your relationships? So it's like you don't have to do everything, right? Um, it's like who's the queen bee and who's the worker bee? Are the worker bees stronger than the queen bee? Because if they all work together and they quit, the queen bee would die, right? I don't know. There's definitely, what is under there again? Okay. Yeah, it's just thinking like your passed on loved ones, friends, and family, spiritual team, they want you to listen. They want you to cut something away here that's stagnant, that's no longer useful. It could even be information that somebody's family or family was giving to you that maybe just wasn't for you. It didn't apply to you or something like that. So it could be part of that yes is like, yes, I'm going to just cut that away. Um, could also be here that there needs to be, it goes back to the turtle. Okay, so Capricorn energy here and the turtle, both earth energies, slowing down, putting in the effort with something, not giving up. Could be something actually to do with a Capricorn or during Capricorn season coming up at the end of December into January. Um, but yeah, I don't, how you say, like, I feel that it's just like, don't cut away whatever this is that you need to cut away, and don't worry too much about whatever this family thing is too. Just keep putting in that effort for what your relationship goals are, okay? Because again, you have your spiritual team helping you right here, good luck, protection, right? Excuse me. And if we pull all the way back out too, your yes coin was right in the middle there, Taurus. I'm quite jealous actually. This is a very nice reading. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I mean, hopefully some of this is gonna make sense for you as we go throughout the month here. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below or even privately if you like. Um, but very interesting reading, and yes, I'm going to, let me make sure. I think I took a picture. Just want to double check before I clear stuff away. Because I do post the pictures after the live is done, along with the timestamps and everything. I did not take a picture. Okay, good thing that I remembered to do that. Okay, hold on. Let's take this picture. But yes, thank you guys so much as always for your likes and your views and your energy and subscriptions and all those things. So I will be coming back, probably not today, but maybe we'll see. Or the next time will probably be Sunday or Monday, with the rest of the signs for October. But yeah, I'm going to go now because I feel like I'm rambling. So thank you guys so much as always for everything. And